Chilly temps could mean some unexpected drips in and out of your home. TV 20's Cameron Lund tells us what plumbers say you should do during this cold weekend.
After a cold Christmas and on and off freezes over the last few weeks, it's a busy time to be a plumber in north central Florida. Premier Plumbing's general manager says make sure exposed piping and backflows especially are covered. Backflow prevention assemblies are usually out in the open near irrigation systems. That covering can be as simple as a blanket or a bed sheet.
I would make sure you put something on your pipes, backflows, run some water. I'm not saying run the water full, just let it just barely come out of the faucet. Kitchen faucet, bathroom faucet, the shower, just a little something drip, just so that your pipes don't, if the water's moving through it, there's a less chance it could freeze up.
Coming up at 5 and 6, we'll give you more plumber's tips to hopefully help you escape an expensive weekend. Reporting in Gainesville, Cameron Lund, TV 20 News.